Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome on in. If you're new here, my name is Anu and I am your psychic tarot host. Look at all the cleansing. I mean, the ash is going everywhere. So definitely goes with the theme of today's reading, which is about endings and beginnings. So something needs to end out of our lives and something so we can create space for something new. Again, it is specifically for the 1010 portal. Again, all the dual numbers and in the months do have special energies that activate around them, but it's more about just like our energy that we put into it, like, how much do we want to use it as a time marker versus like, all right, it's about time that we ended some chapters and so we can start focusing on something new. So it is timeless. It will come across your feed whenever you're meant to hear the message the most. And it is a pick a card, so you can choose multiple piles. But in today's reading, we're going to look at what is Spirit asking us to close out and what is Spirit asking us to, open up to overall. Okay, so we have 3 oracle cards for group 1. We have number 44, liaison, and that's what the image looks like. Okay, for group 2, we have darkening of the light, number 36. This is what it looks like. And then for group 3, we have this card. It says attention to detail, number 62. So the titles don't really mean much on their own. These are I Ching cards. They're always read in pairs, but I thought it was appropriate to use this for where we're now and what we need to shift into, that sort of energy. So take your first pick, and I will see you right at your selection. Hi Padawan, this is for those of you who chose the first oracle card, which is liaison, number 44. You can look up the meaning of this card. You can just search online, which is I-C-H-I-N-G, so I Ching, number 44, and it'll give you a general message around it. But I'm not using the book. We're doing this intuitively today. With this image, I feel like whatever change that needs to happen, it needs to happen already. Or this is something that has been brewing in your mind for a while, okay? You've known about this. You've kind of been putting it on the back burner, but this won't be a surprise. So we'll see as the cards kind of come up and what story we get. But I really feel maybe one part of your life is a little under leveraged right now, and not leveraged, that's not the word, underserved right now, because when I look at the field and I look at the storm, this looks like a storm to me, that the storm has been building for a while, hence the words that I'm using. But it looks like there's one particular area that we're not giving much attention to, and maybe that pattern, because we have so many patterns, that pattern needs to change. So we'll see what comes through, but hopefully this would be something, it would not be a surprise. That may have been top of mind or maybe back of mind, where somewhere in your psyche you've known about this. It could also be like a little nagging feeling that you've had for a while. So let's see what we have. We're going to use, we're going to, draw the tea leaf cards as well, but I have just 4 oracle cards today, looking at endings and beginnings. So let's see what Spirit is asking us. What area of life do we know we need to change? Let's see. We have number 2, yin energy, and you see a little face in here as well. Interesting, divine feminine. Nourishment, nurturing, something that we're not nurturing in our life. Let's see what else comes up. We have thoughts, number 16, reduces to a 7, gives me a 7 of swords energy. So, again, there we go. You probably already know this. So rest of the cards, whatever the storyline comes out, should not be a surprise, because it looks like you've been thinking about this. With the yin energy, it really feels to me like your health, well-being, mind, body, spirit, because it's a feminine energy. Your feminine seems to be a little drained. Okay, because this is giving me the energy of, like, energy being sucked out. We're running out. And with the yin energy, it really feels like you may have been burning the candle at both ends. You may have been like really working hard, maybe working hard on your career, your job, or the family situation. maybe a relationship where you've been really, really invested for a very long time. But it's been at some cost. And to me, it looks like it's been your own making time for yourself is what's coming through over here. And this is something you may already know that you've been thinking about, like, how long can I do this? Is this sustainable? That sort of energy is what I'm picking up. So let's see what we have here. We have illumination. So this is now the energies of what we're coming into, or what we're called to pay attention to. And this is like, there's going to be an aha moment on this. Again, more thoughts energy, more wisdom energy coming through over here. You will already know. So maybe this reading is the illumination. This reading may be your confirmation that you know that this needs to change. Okay. Yeah, mind, body, spirit, like physical, literally physically, it looks like some of you are really tired. And then we have the tree, which is about health, and it is about wisdom, and it's about our mind. Like, I mean, I always equate this to the mind and the wisdom, but I'm also seeing like health written here. What's the life, health, body, mind? Yeah, exactly what we're talking about. Wow. Exactly what we're talking about. Okay, so perhaps you've not been able to devote as much time to yourself, to your own well-being, than you've been to others, other things, and by things that others, I mean like family, relationships, spouses, children, spouses, our partners. I mean, like, not each one of you having many spouses. Good Lord, that would be something. But more around, see, you also need to bring in some humor back into your life. I feel it's been a little dry, and I really, like, I don't want to use the word, but it feels like some area of your life is kind of like, it's been sucked dry, okay? There's like sort of a seepage there. Something's been bleeding out of your system. Some of you women may have been having a lot of menstrual issues, because either it doesn't stop or it doesn't come, that sort of issue, because it's really giving me yeah, that's where the imbalance for the feminine is coming through very strongly for some of you. So get it looked at, but also you'll see with the thoughts and the mind energy over here, wisdom energy over here, a lot of our physical ailments or physical symptoms are a manifestation of the emotional and mental well-being. Okay, so when we create time for meditation, for just having a spa day, or just taking a long shower, or taking a nap, you release that anxiety, and that anxiety actually takes care of the physical symptom. So the physical symptom, wherever it's occurring, may not be a problem with that organ, is what I'm trying to say. So for example, aches and pains, right? Some of us get back aches. You'll notice that if you've been working a lot, and I don't mean working out, I literally mean working a lot, you may start getting backaches, and you may feel, wow, you just like forever, or you're just going around the corner all the time, and that backache is telling you, well, you need a better support structure from your family, from your friends, from, you know, your colleagues, and you need to ask for that support. So similarly, like, a lot of things happen, like shoulder pains mean something, backaches mean something, knees mean something, menstrual issues mean something, but we're pretty conditioned to just treat that particular organ. Okay, so you may get heat packs, or, you know, ice packs for your back, going back to the back example. You may do that, and you're trying to just heal that particular area, but there's an underlying emotional energy that's trying to come up and give you that understanding of why that's happening. Okay, so just pay attention to those nudges, and that's what's going to be the illuminating moment for you. It's like some patterns need to change, where we're not giving ourselves enough nourishment, we're not nurturing ourselves, we're up in our thoughts, and despite our wealth of wisdom that we carry within, we're just not seeing that picture. So something will change, and you're being called to change that. Let's see what oracle cards come out. Of course, one has to fall on the floor, like always. A couple groups always get that. Let's get one more, maybe. Okay, two more. Let me go grab that card. Okay, the first one out is crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So some of you are maybe trying to maybe make a career change. I don't know. Some of you may, because it does say enterprise, but some of you literally, because we've been talking about the menstrual issues here, maybe some of you have been thinking of or trying to conceive, and that's been a challenge. So that's coming through here. And believe me, I say it with a lot of love. I've been there years ago. It is literally less about the physical and more about the mental. I went through that whole cycle. So that may be changing, and that requires for us to really pay attention to our mental well-being or emotional well-being when we're trying to start something off, okay? Whether it be a business or a child, take it as it fits to your situation. We have haystack, karma, you will reap what you have sown. Ooh, this can go either way. All right, we have caterpillar, things will not always be this way. A change is coming. Yes, it's coming. I want to put it right under illumination actually over here. How do I do this? There. Okay, a change is coming. You're not going to feel this pressure all the time, but what I keep hearing is like the pressure could be from yourself. The pressure that, this is the transformation. The caterpillar, you probably put yourself in a very beautiful place where you're wanting to transform. But the pressure can be too much, maybe because you're putting a very strict timeline on it, a very strict expectation on yourself. So the pressure even increases. This is our self-induced pressure that we create. So that's coming through, and some of you need to like really hear, like, don't do that. Okay, don't create that sort of pressure. Rather, go back into the motivation for transforming. That's what the caterpillar is telling them. But this is a temporary issue. Okay, it's not gonna be like a lifelong thing. And we have feather. Someone is undependable and insincere. So maybe with the thoughts, the 7 of Swords energy that we're getting, you probably know if there are people who don't mean you well, and they're just like putting some expectations on you because that's all they know. They don't know any better. But you're not meant to worry about them. And the feathers also represent to me angelic presence. Okay, so you're protected. You also have 44 here. I don't know if I talked about it, but 444 is a number of angels. You're surrounded by your angels, and it specifically talks about protection. So you have a lot of protection around you, okay? And then we have flowers, happiness, okay? So happiness is coming. Look at that, happiness, caterpillar, so cute, so sweet. But again, there may be like some cycles that need to end, especially with the haystack. The word karma always talks about these cycles, okay? May not be like your current lifetime, could be like your past lifetime karma, whatever this is, but something needs to balance out. It won't be a surprise, and I feel like for a lot of you it is health related, and health would be physical, mental, emotional, okay, not just like what dress size we are and what our numbers say. That's not what this is about. So let's see. Let's tap in further. Spirit, help me tap into Pile One's energy. And what does this change? What do they need to end? And what do they need to open up to? So the first card out. Yeah, we need to end this Two of Swords. This like blocking ourselves, closing ourselves off, like creating our own mental prison almost. We have Five of Pentacles. So stop this energy of like feeling like you have to do it all on your own. This girl, well, let me get all the cards out, but I get carried away. This girl is just like sitting in her sadness, right? But she's not picking up her head to see the key is right there by her. All she has to do is pick up her head, look for the key, open the door, and behind the door is exactly what she's looking for, right? But this is about leaning in for support. We have support all around us. We have the answers all around us, but often, again, going back to that self-expectation and putting really high goals for ourselves where we think we have to do it all on our own, and we become our worst critic. Honestly, we do as human beings. There's a lot of us who literally do that. We are our worst critic and we criticize ourselves and judge ourselves. So that's what you need to come out of. Let's see what else. What do they need to close and what do they need to start? I did see the Four of Wands, a very, very happy energy. Look at that. As I say happy energy, we do get the Three of Cups pop out. Okay, let's see what we have. Knight of Wands. Look at that. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to get back into the energy of like, do you see the difference between these two energies? It's like so vibrant. Find your passion. What makes you happy? And it's also giving me like the Four of Wands, because I did see it in the deck. There are 4 wands behind her. 11, illumination. Okay, rising to your purpose, and purpose is what brings us joy and happiness. And we have the Emperor. Look at that. You are bossing up. You are really bossing up. I love seeing this. We have the death and rebirth energy. So Scorpio energy, Aries energy showing up over here. And then we have the 3 of Cups. So focus on the joy. Focus on what brings you light, what brings you passion, what brings you happiness and motivation, because there's a lot of fire here. And by the way, even though Scorpio is a water sign, for me what comes the most is the Phoenix energy, and the Phoenix literally burns and rises from the ashes, right? So there's a lot of ending of your old pattern is what I'm hearing. Who you used to be. Maybe your definition of what a boss looks like has changed over time. And there may be a little bit of a dilemma. I was like, all right, I'm being called into this new direction. Is that really where I want to be? And it's like, yeah, if that brings you that much motivation and passion and energy, go for it. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. The yin energy is here to tell you, open up your heart. What is your heart calling you to do? There is happiness here. Okay, there is going to be joy. This is a very temporary situation that you're going through, but there are new beginnings here with the crib, and these are going to bring you a lot of joy. But the whole story is, it's not the thing or the person that's going to bring you the joy. It's your joyous being that's going to attract the thing to you. I'll say that again. It's not the thing. So for example, it's not the job that's going to bring you happiness. It's your own happiness that's going to attract the right job to you and help you boss up. Because in our human form, I, again, 100% do it all the time. And I have to catch myself. And I still do it all the time. It's like, we expect that if we achieve A, B, C, we will be happy. It's like, no, can you just be happy first? What is being happy at home to you? Like, is it just like laying on the couch and enjoying a nice dessert while watching something? For no reason, without any guilt, does that bring you happiness? Just start looking for those patterns. What brings you happiness, and just focus on being happy. And the rest the universe knows what you desire, okay? When you're in that energy, the universe is going to bring it to you. So this is pretty much, we've been taught to think linear. It's all backwards. And trust me, we have not nailed it. I have not nailed it. Nowhere near mastered it. Nowhere near it at all. I'm in the same boat as you. But it's like a good reminder from Spirit is like, you're bossing up. This is a different you than you were before. You're focusing on your passion. Open up to your heart, not to your mind. Not what the conditioning keeps telling you, because that's what's keeping you trapped in where you are. So just say like, what's going to make me happy? Start being happy and see how things start falling into place. Okay, so for today, I wanted to use, for some reason, interesting, the 2 decks I pulled out were both yoga oriented. So maybe there's a little nudge for the community to get a little bit more active. But this will tell us about our chakras or any poses that want to come through. So what is the advice from Spirit? What does group 1 need to hear, Spirit? Oh, this one, the green, of course, it's heart chakra, the yin energy, heart chakra. Oh, it literally says heart chakra pose. A yoga pose. So literally what you do, you stand up, you clasp your hands behind, and you expand your chest, like opening up your chest. Okay, that really opens up your heart chakra, invites beautiful energy in. Color green and pink are heart chakra colors. They will really help you just raise your vibration. The key word here is my heart opens to loving kindness. Okay, that's what you want to, again, going back to love, kindness, happiness is what you want to focus on, and the rest will fall into place. It does talk about, I'll just tell you some benefits of the pose itself. It supports cardiovascular health, expands lung capacity and boosts energy levels, increases flexibility of the spine and improves posture, strengthens low back muscles. Yeah, back keeps coming up. Some of you may be having back mushroom issues as well. So that's your yoga pose, should you be brave enough to try it. But let's get you some closing messages from the Yogic Path deck over here. One, two. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's get one more. No. Okay, there we go. Ah, look at that. Okay, so the first one out is Pratyahara. Again, this is similar to meditation. It is also similar to opening your crown chakra, actually. So meditate, and interestingly, her energy is also very open. That is going to be very, very beneficial for you. We have Kapha. This is an indication. So Kapha is one of the Ayurveda ailments in the body. This literally translates to mucus or cough in our body. And this happens when, if I'm not wrong, there is an imbalance of water and heat. It creates, no, that's Pitta. What is Kapha? Kapha is cold. So there is some, maybe you're having allergies, maybe you have a runny nose, maybe you have a lot of mucus in your system. Watch for if you are having a lot of dairy. That specifically comes up with that. So this is very, I know it's getting very specific, but the Ayurveda doshas or issues in the body are Pata, Kapha, or Pitta, and for you it's coming up more in the form of mucus. So avoid dairy or any overly acidic fruits or foods for you, because that's causing some issues maybe physically in you. Listen to your body. And then we have Kundalini. There is definitely, like, if you see, there is some sort of alignment of your chakras that's happening. We got the crown chakra here, we got the heart chakra here, so there may be like a lot of Kundalini awakening, interesting illumination. That's going on within you, and your physical body may experience some changes. Okay, and what that means is, like, maybe when your root is balancing out, you may have bowel issues. Okay, you may poop out for days. I know. With the sacral, we get a lot of menstrual issues and so on and so forth. Okay, but this is all part of our bodies balancing out and getting ready for what's next. So that's okay. It's just a coping mechanism for our physical form. Okay, so that's coming through for some of you. So it got quite specific for this group, but whatever this is, you'll get an internal nudge very strongly for this change, and know that you're very protected. You have your guides around you, but this is a new you. This emperor is you. You're resurrecting and reforming your life. You have the caterpillar, which is a temporary situation. You're coming out to be a butterfly. Start with joy. Open your heart chakra. Okay? That's what I have for you, Pile 1. I hope this helped. If it did, do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and do give this video a big thumbs up. Comment below how this relates. It really helps me grow the channel. I really appreciate it, and wish you much love and light, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hi Group 2, welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who chose the second oracle card, which says number 36, Darkening of the Light, and this is what the image looks like. Again, these are I Ching cards that don't really stand on their own, but you're more than welcome to read the meaning of this online. Just search for number 36 I Ching, which is spelled as I space CHING, okay? But we're going to use these intuitively today. So what I'm seeing again with the phrase also darkening of the light, there's something that's coming to light for you, okay? And for this group, I feel it's a much big picture view. So see the forest for the trees, pay attention to the horizon, like stay committed to the long-term goal and not get lost in the nitty-gritty and the day-to-day and the 3D mundane stuff. Look at the day-to-day mundane as these are just steps we have to do. Don't get swayed too much emotionally, energetically about the day-to-day problems that we deal with. Just say, like, it is what it is, and very quickly you'll be able to detach from a temporary problem that's coming through over here, because you know you're definitely being called to something long-term, and that's going to take a few building blocks, right? But the big message here is, like, stay committed to that. It is going to happen. Just don't put a timeline for you on it, because with the timeline, you're creating a lot more pressure for yourself, which is unnecessary. And that's where, you know, we start judging ourselves. We start questioning whether we're on the right path and why is it not happening. It could be in any area of our life, right? So I would say stay committed. It's interesting. So let's see, in order for you to stay committed to that long-term path, what needs to end and what needs to start. So that's what today's reading is, where Spirit is calling us to end a few cycles or end a cycle in order to open up to a new one. So we'll just do 4 oracle cards. These are going to be the endings, and these are going to talk about what we're coming into. So let's see. We have, wow, time to go, number 45. And ooh, with marriage. All right, now this is clear as day. Either a relationship has run its course, and hopefully it is not a surprise to hear that. If you're here and if this is resonating, you've probably known this for a while. Now, this can literally be, of course, a marriage, as the marriage card is showing up, but this can also talk about other long-term contracts, and most often the other one is our career, our job. Because for me, like the marriage, the status, it kind of fits in the status, which is the 10th house, which is top of our natal chart. So there is some sort of completion. Again, number 45 is a completion. It is 9. Look at this. You have 9, 9 showing up. 3, 6 is a 9 and 4, 5 is a 9. So there is clearly in our faces a direct message here that if you know, again, if you know, it's not like if you, oh, you heard it in a reading, you're going to go and do it. No, of course not. Of course not. This is only going to resonate with people who actually know their truth, that some relationship, some contract, some location, some job, some business, some, let's say even like a vocational course has run its course, something that was long-standing, but it is costing you your own peace. Because I keep feeling it's like the long term is getting lost with the day-to-day chaos that we have. Okay, so take it as it fits, but there is a completion, and the number 3 is actually the Empress energy. Okay, Empress talks about creations, new creations, birthing something new. Okay, for some of you, you could also be thinking about children. Maybe that's an issue of conflict, probably. It's possible for some of you, but 3 is about blossoming. But these two together is what Spirit is calling our attention to. Some contract has run its course. Some karmic cycle is complete. And we will know this pretty clearly if you're in this boat, right? If you've chosen this pile, that's what this is. If it's not resonating, please pick another pile, but this is what it's looking like it's going to be, some sort of contract. So let's see what we're opening up to. Wow. Wow, look at that. Fulfillment. Oh my goodness. So it's interesting. Let's get this one also. Mice. Yep. Number 23, which is 5, which is changes. So the mice in Lenormand talk about the underlying problems that we don't always see on the surface. These are the cracks in the foundations, because mice live in the little crevices and the nooks and cracks in the foundation. That's where they thrive. And the more we ignore it, the longer it impacts our life and derails us from our purpose, from our true expression of ourself and how we want to live our life and where our joy rests. And that's what's coming to an end. And you're being called to look at those crevices, those little cracks in the foundation, and choose to dig deeper and fix them. Because when you do, trust me, this may look like, oh, this is a difficult path. It's a deviation from how I thought my life was going to be. I had my eye on the prize with a beautiful horizon, but look at all the the issues that I'm having day to day. It's because these issues are telling you something needs to change. And when you change that, absolute wish fulfillment. This is, and literally the card says fulfillment. Whatever that means to you, peace, love, happiness, harmony, so much harmony in your life when you close this chapter out. For a lot of you, this is going to be about a job. Okay, this may be like about let's say the undercurrents of insane I want to say the words insane leadership, right? Where there's a lot of like people who are brown nosing, or the ones that are getting ahead, and you've known the pattern for a while, but it's just like you're passionate about the space that you're in, and you've anticipated it'll continue to bring you fulfillment, but it's not, right? So that needs to end. Those are just examples I'm throwing out. I want to see where there's some what keywords are here. Look, chaos. Yeah, of course. It says problems, stress, mistakes, worries, anxiety. What else am I seeing? Yeah, that's what this is saying. So, the area or the areas that are causing you a lot of mental chaos is the one that your attention is being called to. And when you sit down and stare at it in the face and say this is no longer acceptable, is when you turn your life around. Okay, so this is much bigger, in a much grander scheme of things that's coming through over here. So let's see what the tea leaf oracles tell us. Whoa, okay. Wow, the moon card just like flew up. And I'll read the message to you on that one. Let's get one more. There we go. So I'm gonna take these away. That's good enough for us. Let's see. So this is the card. I mean, this is going to be right in the middle. Flew out, knocked the camera out. Well, the webcam almost off. It says changes in your life. Okay, so something is truly, truly changing in your life. Just be open to that. We have club. Someone will try to make you do something against your will. And this is, again, going back to, I think this theme came up in, not the tea leaf card, because I divide the tea leaf cards per deck. Or per pile, but this talks about going back to, you know, the conditioning, what I've been told to always be like, do, behave, the conditioning that we're brought up with, and that over time we outgrow that and we don't resonate with that anymore. And that's what this is. This could even be a way of life. This could even be, you know, where we want to live, how we want to live, any of those things. So there's somebody, could people around you maybe asking you to behave a certain way, which doesn't resonate with you. So just like, you know, being called out that that's not who you are. You have fair man, dealings or relationship with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. It may fit for some of you. Could also mean, what's coming through over here? It was pretty much, I completely got lost with the time to go away from the fair man. It's possible, and again, it doesn't have to be fair, but it could be a divine masculine or a masculine energy that's been creating some pressure around you. It's time to let them go or get away from them. See as it fits. It could be a boss, could be a parental figure. You know, it can be like parents, in-laws, whoever, caretakers, something like that. That's because they just don't see the vision that you have. Okay, and that's just like, it's not your job to convince them, but it's your job to find your fulfillment, because you're here to live your soul's purpose. So that's what you're being called to. So changes are coming in your life. You have dog, protection from a powerful friend. I love that. I love that. So especially coming under the mice, you do have protection from friends. And then you have kite, vacation. Okay, so maybe like take a fulfilling vacation. That could be a very short step, a small step for us. But again, it can bring back a lot of energy and rejuvenation to our mind, body, spirit when we take a little break from the mundane. Okay, so that's coming through over here. Okay, so let's see. I want to go deeper into this. Spirit, help me tune into pile 2's energy. Like something is coming to light here. What is this ending about? What do they need to hear? What does pile 2 need to hear? What are they being called to close the chapter on? We have the 8 of Pentacles. Again, some of you, as I said, this could be work related. We have the 4 of Swords. Something that's really draining your energy over here. It's time to let that go. What else I need to know, Spirit? Let's see. Okay. So we got, let's draw the cards and then we'll intuit the messages. We have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 4 of Swords. We have 6 of Cups. Very nice. That's that friend energy. 9 of Pentacles. Looky, enjoying the fruits of our labor. I'm going to get one more. And then we have the King of Cups. Let's get one more. Look, as I was shuffling the bottom deck energies, again, the same 8 of Cups, time to go. Let's go one more. What do they need to know, Spirit? What do they need to know? Queen of Pentacles. Okay, look. This, and then a bottom deck energy, we do have the 4 of Pentacles. Again, Pentacles, physical, bodies, mind, spirit, material, whatever you want to put it. But something you can see, feel, and touch. That's what's changing over here. Now, I can't help but call... that was also a Pentacle energy. You have Pentacles, 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 and then you have the King of Cups here. So quite a few court cards, but also quite a few Pentacles. So this is literally a physical change that's going to affect you. You're being really called to, take care of yourself at this time. This is coming through very loud and clear. The Queen of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 4 of Swords. And again, the King of Cups as well. I'll come to this later. But these 3 really talk about, do we give ourselves space? Do we enjoy the fruits of our labor? Do we nourish ourselves? Do we take care of ourselves? And if we're in a situation where we're being drained, if we're not able to do that for ourselves, that's where we are sabotaging ourselves. Okay, those words are coming through right over here. This is a time to go back and think, what brought you joy, again, with the 6 of Cups. It is really listening to your heart. And this could actually, for this group, also be somebody coming in with the King of Cups. I usually don't get too much external energy, but when I do call it out, because I really believe in we create, empowering ourselves to create our realities. So we're not giving our energy out to other people or depending on other people to bring us happiness. But for some of you, this is literally as simple as, daylight, someone going out and someone coming in. That's coming here again. Someone going out, someone coming in. This could be a friend, especially here, someone that you've known for a while who turns into a potential romantic connection. That's coming through. Take it if it fits. But what we're being called to do is really open our heart and, as I said, be one with our emotion. And the message that came through over here is don't let the day-to-day chaos affect your sanity, affect your peace and harmony, and detract you from, what is the word detract? Interesting. Distract, and it also said detract. Okay. Distract you from your long-term goal, which is about being this Queen of Pentacles. It's not gender specific, but it's about providing for ourselves, being able to thrive and feel fulfilled in life. Don't you have that? Yeah, you have fulfillment right here. Yeah. It looks like a big pentacle as well. That's the fruits of your labor. So how do you get there? How do you enjoy that without the chaos within, or without the chaos that's under the surface? So with this one here, really the message I'm getting is stop putting in more effort into something. Okay, I know that sounds weird because 8 of Pentacles encourages us, but this is what intuitive reading is. This is literally saying you're burning yourself out by investing in this thing, in this job, in this person, whatever this is. You've lost touch with your inner child. Okay, so there's a little bit of too much seriousness, too much feeling blah and gloomy overall, and that's why that's happening, because you're over investing in an area or in a person or in a thing that is not bringing you that happiness that you thought it would. Okay, so switch out of that, detach from it, don't ignore the red flags. Okay, and work on yourself, make space for yourself, and maybe take a solo vacation. That might be really good for you, because it'll help you center and bring back you to yourself and see what you want to work on next, because you need to reconnect with your inner child as well, and also maybe reconnect with other friends, because friend has come up over here as well. Okay, interesting. Let's see what the yoga deck wants to tell you. I'm using this deck today, and also the yogic path energy. So let's see what comes up. What's the message for pile 2 spirit? What do they need to hear? Or what chakra or yoga pose may help them? Ooh, that flew right out. Okay, so we have the third eye chakra. Interesting. As I said, this won't be a surprise because your third eye already sees it. okay? The third eye talks about our intuition. Intuition talks about our crown chakra, or not a crown chakra, but I feel like even though he has a crown here, I felt like his third eye was much more activated. Either way, your intuition has been telling you this for a while. Okay, this is something, as I said, don't ignore the red flags. You've been seeing these for a while. But either way, the pose, this is the pose for you. It helps open the third chakra, even though I also feel it opens up your heart chakra, okay? So connects your third eye to your heart. It's a pretty long journey, believe it or not, from our third eye to our heart, because we often keep our hearts pretty closed, even though our intuition keeps telling it. We're pretty guarded. We're pretty conditioned to follow logic all the time. Okay, so this pose will help with that. The color blue is going to be a good color for you. Let's read what is the key phrase here. I am vulnerable and strong. See, that's why I said like we keep ourselves guarded, but this is like being vulnerable at this time to really call ourselves out on our pattern so we can move forward. We can grow from it, okay? It also gives the benefits of the poses, opens the energy channels between the lower physical and upper spiritual chakras, increases strength and determination, improves flexibility in the back and shoulders, and opens the chest, relieves tension in the neck, strengthens legs and buttocks muscles as well. I wanted to say it that way. Yeah, so that's the journey from the spiritual to the physical. That's interesting because I was saying it's a journey from third eye to the heart chakra. It's quite the journey. So that helps us connect that. I'll put this over here and then let's get you your yogic path messages. I do believe the decks that I choose are chosen for a reason. So if they wanted to come through, they wanted to come through. We have Dharana, which is our thought process, which is our mental power. We have Anahata, heart chakra. There we go again. And then the third one, we have Lakshmi. Ooh, love it. Okay. So the first one out, we have Dharana. It talks about, again, our mental. It talks about connecting to the divine. Meditation would really help you. Maybe even like a sleep meditation or music, dance, something that takes your mind off of things. Any activity like that is going to help. We have the Anahata, which is literally, oh, where is your pose? Look at this. If I turn it this way, do you see the similarity? Do you see the similarity? So this is really like open up your heart chakra. Anahata is our heart chakra, the green chakra in the center of our chest. The more you expand it, the more free you're going to feel, and you're going to feel awkward too. Let me tell you that. You're going to feel like really exposed when you do this pose, but that's the way you can physically open your heart chakra and invite the energies in. This is all about focusing on your happiness. That's what I keep getting with these energies over here, okay? Listening to your intuition, changing your thought patterns from what you've been told to, because you've been called in a different direction, like I am the prize again. And then you have Lakshmi. She is the goddess of wealth, my loves, and she's showing up here as the Queen of Pentacles as well. Again, this is, again, how do we attract oh yes, fulfillment. Okay, some of you are definitely getting some money in your life, or abundance, whatever the definition of abundance is to you. But Lakshmi showing up, fulfillment showing up, Queen of Pentacles showing up. There is some windfall of money that is coming to you. And it'll come the more you accept what your heart is calling you to do. Even though the path may feel a little difficult, but it's going to bring you a lot of abundance and peace and fulfillment in your life, okay? That's what we're getting for you, pile 2. So that's what I have. I will close your reading here, pile 2. If you liked it, do give it a big thumbs up. Comment below if this relates, and do share it with a friend or two. Subscribe to the channel, please, if you haven't. Helps me grow the channel, means a lot to me. And I wish you much love and light. I'll see you in the next one, okay? Bye for now. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. This is for those of you who chose the third oracle card. This is the image. And it's number 62. It's called Attention to Detail. If you missed the intro, I did talk about that. These are I Ching cards, so they don't really stand on their own for the meaning itself, but they're read in pairs. But in case you're curious, you can just like search online I Ching meaning 62 meaning attention to detail, like what's the meaning of the card. But let's use these intuitively, because as we're talking about changes and closing out cycles, what does the image tell you, right? And I always encourage people to also intuit their own messages as well. Interestingly, I mean, it's called attention to detail. It's number 62, which is an 8. 8 is about strength. It's a strength card. It's also the 8 of Pentacles energy that I'm getting from it. So infinity, as above, so below. But to me, believe it or not, it's talking about changes in the people around you. And what that means, that your circle may be changing. And you're being called to really use your internal guidance system to see which people you just don't associate with anymore. You know, which people have you like really intellectually, mentally, emotionally moved away from, or you're just not on the, you feel like you're not on the same frequency at all. Don't ask me why, but that's what I'm getting. I'm getting actually a lot of people in this energy, and it's pretty much like all that's left is like small talk. This looks like small talk. I cannot explain how Spirit shows me messages, but so this is a very 11th house energy, or Aquarian energy, where it's our friend circle, it's our community, it's our common interests, so things that we do with other people that used to be common at some time. So there may be changes coming in that, but take it as it fits. Other than that, with the number 8, again, this could be what area of our life needs a little bit more planning, needs a little bit more perfection. Are we able to devote our energies to that or not? That's coming through. And also like having the strength to make these changes. So let's see what comes through. What is changing, or what are you being called to change? What chapter are you being called to close and be open to which one? So we only have like 4 oracle cards today, and then we'll use the tea leaves. So this is for what are we being called to close out, okay? We have a loyal heart, number 35, which is also an 8. Interesting, 8, 8 coming through. And then we have change, number 9, 8 and 9. So there's succession here anyway. Okay, this is interesting how specific today's messages have been. Maybe some of you are coming from pile 2 then. This is pretty much may feel like, look what you said with the community energy over here, it's the people energy. And for some of you, it could specifically be your significant other, or someone you thought was your significant other. Something is changing there where the two of you have outgrown the relationship, okay? This is as direct as it gets. I already gave you a hint that pile 2 was also similar to me. If those don't make sense, like, you know, choose either pile 1 or another pile, or maybe another reading. But today, for some reason, and I normally don't get that many love messages in these sort of changes, I do specific readings oriented around love, but that's coming through today, okay? So something is changing, and maybe that's why the strength energy is what I keep getting from that card, the oracle card, is this will require inner strength, okay? Being okay with it's not being okay, actually having the courage to walk away from something that doesn't fulfill us anymore, where it may have turned into a codependent relationship. It may have or maybe the opposite, where there is no issues in the connection itself, but just like our goals have become so far apart that it looks like we're going on different paths, and it's hard to be in that. And for some of you, that could be like the twin flame journey, where you have to go apart, do your work, and then maybe come back in the future, or maybe not. Like, don't put the energy that way that you're gonna depend on the connection to come back together. But some of you like really need that courage. And again, today's reading, I've put a lot of intention that this should not be a surprise to people who are here to watch this reading or to hear this message. You will already know this, and the messages here may just be confirmation of what you already know. And a lot of times that's what we see come through the readings and how I channel. So let's see what are being called to open up to. We have wisdom. Ooh, some of you love mermaids. Look at the mermaid in there. I never noticed like mermaid in this decks. Okay, so, and also water may be very, very healing for you. So we have wisdom, Open up to your inner wisdom. Actually, this is coming through. So your crown chakra, your third eye, your heart chakra, all your higher chakras are pretty activated. And then we have, wow, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. You have the whip, number 11, okay? Whip is all about, it's about pain, it's about agony, it's about suffering, okay? And with this pair coming out here, and what we want to open up to, or what Spirit is asking us to open up, is to have the wisdom to see through the pain. Have the wisdom to identify something needs to be brought to an end. Something needs to end because the suffering needs to end. So having the wisdom to see what have you been conditioned to believe, and how those beliefs have actually created a lot of suffering in our life, in our mind, body, spirit. How do we flow through that? Okay. Yes, that's coming through very strongly. And then this will be like, maybe you've had hit like an awakening moment. It may have been a pretty rude awakening sort of moment in our life where we know something had to change. And, you know, when the tower moments happen, maybe something was revealed, but it is time to change. It's time to end that suffering. And again, for some of you, it's a friend circle. For some of you, it's a relationship. Some of you, this could also be a job that has really caused a lot of like physical, mental health issues for you because you're burnt out and you have no energy and your mental capacity is completely like running on fumes. This is possible. So suffering comes in a lot of ways, right? And I really hope to, you know, I pray there's no physical suffering here for any of you, or like not a healthy relationship physically. I hope that's not happening, but if it is, my heart goes out to you, and it's time to get out of it. It's having that wisdom to stand up for yourself. That's coming through. This got really, really, really specific for this group again. So have the you already have this wisdom. You just need to know that yes, it's okay. It is acceptable to put yourself first and listen to your heart and heal your heart than any expectations or what our family and our friends expect us to do. Okay, this could be some like larger group expectations here, or familiar expectations that may be kind of holding you where you are. Let's get one more. Whoop, two more. Okay, let's see what we have. So the first one's out here. We got man, dealing our relationships with a man. We have wheel, indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. Interesting. So that's got to change. If you feel like, you know, life's just been going on and don't really have a say, Spirit is really calling you to say, well, this is your life, okay? You can change the direction. You have change right here, and then look at the wheels showing up. Very similar. You have the authority to change the direction of your life, okay? We have forest, muddled, unclear thinking, or you may have felt, but you do have the wisdom is what you need to believe in. You have the grasshopper, situations in the balance that require careful handling. Okay. We have wind chimes, peace and harmony. And then we have table, hard work ahead. Okay, so hard work on ourselves is what I want to clarify. Okay, this is like work on yourself. Listen, wind chimes is also giving me like listen to the inner wisdom, okay, the inner nudges that you've been getting. It's also like build a plan, and see who are your allies and who are not. With the man coming over here, there may be friends who can really help you out, and sometimes the most help we need is a sounding board. As I said, the energy is, you probably already know what needs to change, but you just need a confirmation. You just somehow, somewhere, and that's very, very natural, okay? I'm not saying that you're doing it wrong. It's very natural for us to just have that one person who says, yes, you are right. No matter what. And I can share, I can go into my own stories where, you know, I knew what I had to change years in advance. Years. I'm talking decades. But I kept waiting for that external validation, that external approval or okay, which I did not get till the very end, where I was pretty much breaking my back. And I was like, I'm either gonna like extinguish myself. The situation cannot continue the way it is. All I needed was a one yes, and literally there was one yes, but I wouldn't have found it if I wouldn't have shared my story and asked my very close group of people or my family at that time. I literally needed one yes. That's all it was. So this is kind of giving me like, perhaps some of you are just waiting for that singular approval that some friend, some family member says, yes, you are right to put yourself first. And if you don't have that, I can tell you that I'm there with you, okay? Spiritually, emotionally, you have my full support. I can't physically be there, but that's what I have for me, and that's what Spirit is watching over you, okay? There is hard work ahead, yes, but you need to work on your own life. That's coming through here very, very clearly. So end whatever is not working, or whatever job's like sucking you dry, or whatever location isn't working for you, or a lifestyle, eating pattern, whatever that is, it's causing some sort of pain within you. So trust your own judgment in this case. And if you're looking for a yes, then let this reading be a yes for you. Okay. All right. So let's see. All right. Let's pick it up. Let's pick it up, Spirit. Let's cheer up pile 3 and see, what do they need to hear? I'm going to do this different. I'm going to focus on when you end this journey, when you embark on this change and utilize your wisdom. What have you got to look out for, or what should you look up for, right? So, Spirit, what is on the other end? What is on the other end of this change? 6 of Cups. There's the friends coming through again. Beautiful memories. Oh, look at that. 10 of Pentacles breaking away. Ooh, that's too many. There's like Page of Cups coming through, which is a lot of like dreaming energy. Let me put these. So you have 6 of Cups, okay, creating wonderful memories. This is a beautiful energy. This is also reconnecting with our inner child. You have happily ever after. What's your definition of this? What is not what your parents, your society, or your friends tell you? What is a happily ever after to you? Okay, and this is what you've got looking out to. I mean, what is that? Not looking out for, but like looking forward to. Thank you. Looking forward to. This is what you got looking forward to. No longer being trapped in your own mental battle. So look at her. She is completely free, but this is how she sees herself in her reflection, that she's all tied up and she can't make a choice and she can't see the path ahead. But in reality, she's free. So no longer feeling trapped, feeling completely free to live your life the way you want it. So what's the advice here then, Spirit? It's such a beautiful outlook over here. What's the advice? How can they get through this mental barrier over here for pile 3, Spirit? Ace of Cups, listen to your heart. There's that loyal heart again. You have Ace of Cups, King of Swords, the strategy, the working hard on ourselves. Let's get one more. And the 3 of Wands, beautiful. So we have in the advice energy, open your heart up. Ace of Cups, okay? What are you being called to do? What brings you happiness? And again, going back to what connects you to your inner child. What are you being internally called to do? What is your heart telling you to do? And then, in order to follow what your heart is showing, what is going to be your strategy? Okay, how are you going to manifest this in the physical? That's the King of Swords. The King of Swords brings strategic thinking, brings the wisdom onto pen to paper. Literally write down the steps. If you're feeling trapped as to not being able to see the path forward, first write down what you want to do. Okay, what does your heart desire? Well, how you want to live your life. Second, all right, in order to do that, make a checklist. Literally, it sounds very basic, but if you put down 10 things on a paper and say, okay, how can I reach my desire? What are in the physical things that we need to do? How can I use my wisdom, my intellect to get there? You write that down. Literally, this will light you up. This will light you up. 3 of Wands. You will, literally demand your ships to come in. Now, this 3 of Wands is different in this deck because she's at the ready. This is not someone who's just standing there and waiting for ships to arrive. She is ready with her surfboard. She's actively looking at the right moment the opportunity strikes. She's going to be hitting those waves because she's got it ready, right? So it pretty much talks about, attracting what we want, but manifesting it by taking action. A lot of times, it's not about woo woo that, well, it'll just appear and we don't have to do anything. No, if this is a job that you need to change, absolutely work on your resume, start putting yourself out there, and the right opportunity, the moment it comes, get on that interview, talk to the recruiter, take that cold call, do it, because that's what your strategy is. But first, you got to start with the resume, because you can't apply to any jobs without a resume. Things like that, because your heart wants out. Your heart wants to create your own schedule, have your time for your pets, for your family, feel balance in life, and not feel that you're bound to a certain schedule or certain expectation. You want to live freely. You want to work freely, have a beautiful work-life balance. In order to do that, what type of job do you need? So that's I'm literally put that in an example, and then put your resumes out there. Okay, so that's the type of energy applied to any situation that is happening in your life. But things are changing. This entrapment is agonizing. It's really agonizing to your energy, and that needs to change. And with that would come new people, different people, like-minded people, because wherever you are, you've outgrown that. Okay? All right, so let's get you some messages from the yoga deck, and then we also have for some reason the yogic path deck here for final messages as well, but I do believe the decks get chosen for a reason. So let's see what we have for pile 3, Spirit. Yeah, open up your heart chakra. So beautiful. I want the one at the bottom. Wow. Heart chakra color, of course, color green. So this could be a yoga pose that, you clasp your hands behind your back. It really expands your chest. Heart chakra, loyal heart. A lot of balancing and listening to your intuition that's coming through. And the key phrase here is, I am open to receiving happiness. Yes, that's what we're open to. What is your happily ever after? What is your abundance? What is your inner child asking you to do? Focus and start from there. And then just a few, I do like to read the benefits of the pose. It opens the chest, enhancing lung capacity, counteracts forward bending task, and improves posture, stretches arms, relieves tension in the upper back and shoulders. Okay, and you may also be feeling a lot of tension if something is weighing on you. Okay, because those are the emotional aspects, have a physical symptom manifestation on our body. So pay attention to that. It will help with that as well. So let's see, Spirit. That was too fast. That was too many cards and too fast. What is advice for my beautiful pile 3? For my wise pile 3. What do they need to hear? What is the advice for them through this? Whoa. Whoa. Wow. Powerful. The first card you got out is Shiva. Shiva is the destroyer, okay? He destroys, he's the god of destruction, which means endings of cycles and beginning of new cycles. He, when, let's say, if you don't have to know the mythology, but in any mythology, there's these cycles of lives, right? And there are people or gods or divine powers who each have a role. And, someone creates, someone destroys, and someone heals, and so on and so forth. And he's the destroyer. He's the only god in Hindu mythology who actually takes on the task of destroying, because the gods don't have the heart for that. It requires too much courage. So he's the destroyer. Okay, he ends cycles. He literally closes cycles so the other gods can come in and start from scratch and begin their life creation. And it's coming right on the wheel. So I feel like the wheel of fortune is turning for you, but it'll start with you stepping into the Shiva power of destroying what doesn't serve you well. Wow, that was really powerful. Okay, let's get 2 more for my powerful pile 3. A strong, courageous pile 3. We have Samadhi, which is meditation, and then actually this one also wanted to come out, so I'll take it. So we have, spend time with yourself. Samadhi is meditation. It is solitude. It is the hermit energy. It helps us center. Didn't that come for you? somewhere. Maybe I'm mixing it. But sitting with yourself so you can really understand what your heart is calling you to do. So do meditations or sleep meditations if that helps. And then we have sattva, which is purity. Okay, what is your, really like going back to what is your heart calling you to do? Also, I see the I here. So what is your truth? What is your truth and how do you want to live it? That's what's coming through over here. And then we have Durga. Oh my goodness. Durga is also the destroyer of evil. So she's the feminine expression. They're not like, they're not counterparts, but he can be the representative of the divine masculine who destroys, and she is the divine feminine who destroys. Again, not related. But this is all about she would destroy all evil. She's very, very powerful. So yeah, with the whip energy here, you have whatever it takes to make this change is what I want to call out. Okay. And this change is actually going to bring you a lot of happiness. It's the 9 of Cups. Actually, you have the 10 of Pentacles here, which is absolute fulfillment of life. That's coming through for you. Okay. But know that you have to operate from your heart chakra. You already have the guts to do it. This is what you need to know. Now go ahead and do it. Whatever this change is. Use your wisdom, plan it out accordingly, and just get on that path. That's what this is saying. This is what it's telling us over here. Okay, so I will end your reading here, pile 3. Very powerful, very direct, and probably too specific. So if it's relates to you, do put a comment below. If you like the energies, the messages, do give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Helps me grow the channel. It means a lot to me. I would really appreciate it. And yeah, I'm sending you a lot of love and light, hugs and kisses. Literally there with you. Been through a similar journey in my life, so I can totally relate to this. But know that you have the power to break through this, because I mean, this is unprecedented. I haven't seen this combination before. Very powerful. Okay, much love and light, pile 3. Take care. Bye for now.